guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. Today I'm going to show you my top 10 things I think you should pack for your kids when going on vacation. And by vacation, I mean staying somewhere like a hotel or a resort for several days. I'm not necessarily talking about grandma and grandpa's, although this could help in that situation too. So any of those situations where you kind of have to fly somewhere, stay at a hotel for several nights, this is what I'm suggesting. It's also very helpful places like Disney, Universal, cruises, all exclusive resorts, all those kind of things where you are away from home. So in no particular order, because I kind of have it all laid out here, these are my things that you might think, well, duh, I should totally pack that. But when you're in the moment of packing, these are the things I feel a lot of people forget. So that's why I'm mentioning it. These are not things like sunglasses and sunscreen. These are other things to kind of help you specifically inside your hotel room or within a theme park, just to kind of keep those kiddos happy, because we all know if the kiddos are happy, if the kiddos have slept well, we can have a better day. So you guys ready? They're kind of just everywhere. So in no particular special order, I'm just gonna go along the table. First thing is a sound machine. Now I know not everyone uses a sound machine at home. We do, but that's because we have a lot of noise kind of going on in our neighborhood. I've got two kids. If one kid's up, the other kid can't sleep. Anyway, sound machines are amazing when you're staying in a hotel room because they drown out that extra noise. What if you have an air conditioner or a heater that's constantly blowing a weird sound? What if you're next to the pool and there's like teenagers and kids running down the hallway at all times? Or one time I stayed in a hotel and really early in the morning, you could hear the workers like rolling the food cart down the hallway to prep for like the buffet. It was so obnoxious. So yes, sound machine. This is the sound machine we personally pack. It's not too big. It's like the size of my hand. It does have an adjustable speed. I find it's incredibly helpful to stick it either next to the child in question or stick it close to the outside elements where the noise is coming from. I do know a lot of families will get like a white noise kind of sound on their cell phone, and that's great. You can do that too. My only issue with that is then the cell phone isn't necessarily next to me, or the sound isn't next to the child if the cell phone is next to me. So it's just something to consider. You can also pack yourself a traveling fan, a fan that makes a bit of a, like a fan noise. What's great about this fan is you plug it in to an outlet or to like a USB, and it has a clamp so you can stick it on your stroller later. So it's kind of got its double purpose. But yeah, something that makes some sort of white noise is definitely a plus when you're on vacation. All right, so sound machine, check. Number 2, night lights. This sounds kind of ridiculous, but if you think about it, when you're in a hotel room, there are no night lights. Your only option is to crack open the blinds or leave on the bathroom light, or sometimes we will leave on the makeup mirror light. Either way, sometimes you're in a situation where the light that you left on is so obnoxiously bright, it's kind of ruining the sleeping versus helping. Some hotel rooms, the light, when you turn it on, it also turns on a fan. Again, that could be double purpose, night light and sound machine, except if the light is too bright and the fan noise is obnoxious or it keeps turning like off and on. So yeah, you can just get these simple like pack of 3 or just a couple night lights, stick them in the outlets, kind of in the hallway or in the bathroom. That way when you have to get up in the middle of the night, especially those kiddos, you don't have to worry about a bright light situation. So night lights. Tip number 3, Ziploc baggies. So the reason I like to pack Ziploc baggies, or my new favorite is snap containers, is because you just don't know when you're in a situation when you purchased your kids a snack, a big bag of popcorn or a Mickey pretzel, and then all of a sudden you're on a ride. What do I do with my leftover snack? You can throw it in the garbage, or you can pack it away in a Ziploc baggie. Same kind of thing. You go to the restaurant, you pay all this money for food, and then the kiddo, for whatever reason, decides not to eat. It's so annoying. And then of course, 10 minutes after you leave the restaurant, guess who's hungry? Yes, the kiddo. So I like to pack Ziploc baggies, and then I can put their French fries, cut up their food, whatever, stick it in the Ziploc baggie, because in a few minutes, they're gonna be hungry. So I kind of make them eat their food to go. You just wanna make sure they eat their food relatively soon. You don't want all this food kind of baking in the hot sun in your backpack. I also love Ziploc baggies for your other kind of weird situations. I will bring gallon size in case it starts to rain or you're in one of those water rides and someone gets wet. Also great if you have a really young kiddo who might have an accident and you need to put those kind of wet clothes somewhere. So I usually pack various sizes of Ziploc baggies in my bag because you just never know when you're gonna need them. I especially love these colored Ziploc baggies because then you can say, Dad is green, so-and-so is blue, so-and-so is pink, and then you can put whoever's snack or leftover food in their colored baggie, so when they're all in your bag, you don't get mixed up whose popcorn was whose, for all sorts of sanitation and cross-contamination reasons. That's why I like the color code. I love the snap locks for the same reason. If I'm packing my kids kind of a sandwich to go, I love that I can just put it in here. When I'm packing this in my suitcase, I can fill this with undies or socks or something else that's clean so that it's not taking up too much space. Tip number 4, entertainment. So I notice a lot of people forget this, but when you're in an airplane, of course you need to pack things to entertain your child. It's really convenient to just get them headphones and play a movie on like the airplane screen or on a tablet. But you need to consider entertainment in the parks, entertainment when you're in line somewhere. Some places you're in line for quite a bit and kids get bored, they get antsy. So think about those kind of things. So of course you can pack your tablet, you can give your kid your phone. I happen to love these sorts of things. It's one of those highlight magazines where they have to do certain puzzles or find the shape. Kind of keeps them a little bit occupied while you're waiting in a line. They have, coloring books. You can get a coloring book. Any sort of thing that you think will entertain your child, even for 10, 15, 20 minutes to kind of cut down on any form of whining is great. Just remember, if you're going to pack anything electronic, like say a Switch or a Game Boy, or give them your phone, you want to bring a backup battery because batteries will go fast. But don't just think about in line, think about the hotel room as well. Tablets, if you put movies on it, the kids can watch movies in the hotel room. I also found packing, your kids' favorite cars or something that's not going to be easily lost is great too. I have this bucket of Aliens that my son loved for many years. The Aliens always came with us, and it's a great way to kind of entertain your child in the moment. I do not suggest that you bring aliens to the theme park because the first thing that's going to get lost is one of those aliens. Next tip, alarm clock. So I know you're thinking, well, Nina, I don't need an alarm clock. I can put an alarm on my phone. Yes, that's true. But I'm thinking more of the clock and not so much the alarm. I cannot tell you how many times I traveled with my kids and they would wake up at 4 o'clock and go, Mom, is it time to get up yet? Is it time to get up? Is it 8 o'clock? Is it 7 o'clock? Is it time to get up? No, go back to bed. But once they were up and asking all those questions, of course they woke up the whole room, and it just kind of changes the flow of the morning. Packing them an alarm clock is a way so they can actually see what time it is. If you put it by their bed, they can actually see, okay, it's 7 o'clock. I know I can get up now. Or hey, it's 2 o'clock. I need to keep sleeping. That way they're not waking up the whole room. And of course, many of you are thinking, well, I'll just use the alarm clock in the hotel room. Unfortunately, I have noticed a trend in many of these hotel rooms are not supplying alarm clocks anymore. Why? Because people are using their cell phones. So for us, when my kids were younger especially, packing an alarm clock so they could see what time it was a huge bonus for us. So consider an alarm clock. So this one's kind of easy, but a lot of people forget. So if you're on vacation for a week, you're thinking, okay, 7 days worth of clothes. That's great. But you need to consider other situations. bathroom accidents, ketchup accidents, ice cream accidents, rainstorms, and other such weirdness that kind of happens to kids. So especially for the kids, I always pack about 2 days worth of clothes extra. I realize they can rewear the same pair of shorts. Undies and socks, not so much. T-shirts, my son was well known for constantly dripping his food all over his shirt. It was so embarrassing. I always packed extra shirts. So consider extra clothing for your kiddos. You can even pack an extra set of clothes, stick them in a Ziploc baggie, put them in your bag for the day as a just in case. You don't want to eat lunch, have your kid covered in ketchup, and then you went to finally get your picture like in front of the castle and your kid has this giant stain. Some of us don't care, some of us do. So just go ahead and pack those few extra clothes. I mean, they're little, they're kid size anyway. They're not gonna take up too much space in your suitcase. So extra clothes for sure. All right, so this one's probably easy, but I noticed a lot of people forget on vacation. You need to remember to pack water and snacks. Now, I'm not just talking about bottled water. Some little kiddos really want their sippy cup, their cup from home, something that reminds them of home. I noticed that when I gave my kids bottled water, they weren't drinking as fast or as frequently as if I would have just packed them their water bottle from home. So I have learned the hard way to just pack them whatever their favorite sippy cup or water bottle is at home. I pack it on vacation. That way it's easier for them to kind of drink at their ready. It's convenient for them. They know how to use it, whatever. Just make sure it's spill proof. Now, going along with the water thing is snacks. You're thinking, well, Nina, I'm going on vacation. We're gonna have so much food. Disney is filled with food you can buy. Yes, that's true. But I can't tell you how many times you're in the middle of a line and all of a sudden someone's hungry. Well, you're not really gonna get out of that line to go buy them popcorn. And with the same respects, you don't exactly want your kids constantly eating popcorn and Mickey pretzels and Dole Whips and sugar, sugar, sugar. You kind of want a nice balance. You don't really want to get them on a sugar high by 2 p.m. because guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna crash. So I always frequently pack our favorite granola bars, you know, just throw them in the bag, whatever kind of works for you guys, something sort of healthy. I avoid chocolate, things that are too chocolatey covered because those are just gonna melt in the sun. Something as simple as a rice cake, my kids love those. So just kind of easy breezy, you know, put them in that Ziploc baggie, put them in your Snapware, whatever. The other thing that kind of goes along with water and snacks is I pack clothespins. Why? Well, I use them in case I buy something that needs to be pinched clothes. We actually use them as chip clips. So yeah, kind of healthy snacks they're familiar with, water bottles they're familiar with, can really help your stay when the kiddos are kind of fussy and hungry, for sure. All right, next one. This one's kind of a given, but again, people forget. So if your kiddos have a favorite dolly or toy at home, especially one that helps them sleep, make sure you bring it. You do not want to leave their favorite teddy bear at home and then you get to the hotel room and they can't sleep and they're asking, Mom, where's Teddy? Where's Lovey? Where's wherever? And then you have to tell your poor child that you left it at home. Just stick it in the suitcase. I guarantee you're gonna be happy to know that you have it, but heads up. I told my kids that they could bring their Lovey to the hotel room, but they could not bring it to the theme park because the last thing I need is their absolute favorite Lovey that you can't buy anymore to get lost in the theme park. So my rule was always they stay in the hotel room. They do not go to the park. Again, this is a personal judgment call. That's just what we did. So yeah, don't forget your kid's favorite Lovey. And with the same respects, another tip is while you're bringing the Lovey, don't forget to bring pillows and blankets. And I know this sounds obnoxious. Hotel rooms come with pillows and blankets, but I can't tell you how many times my kids did not like the pillows at the hotel because they were not their pillows from home. I mean, think about it. How many adults travel with their own pillows or have to have a certain mattress or a certain pillow or blanket when they sleep? Kids are no different. So my kids at home, especially when they were little, would sleep in on these kind of like smaller size pillows. So they were really easy to just throw in the suitcase. You know, after everything else is in, you kind of top it off with the padding of a pillow. My kids slept so much better in hotel rooms when they had their own little pillows and their own little loveys. But with the same respects, hotel rooms temperature, it's often not perfect. Oftentimes it's either too hot or too cold, and no matter how many times you monkey with the thermometer, they're just not right. So I learned the hard way, and I had custom blankets made for everyone in my family. We call them our travel blankets. They are lap size, and I always pack them. They fold up really nice, but that way the kids have their own little, and of course they're Disney themed, their own little blanket that they can sleep with in the hotel room. It's especially great because I have so many families who are looking for that like Disney themed hotel or that Disney themed room, but those rooms aren't always the best. So if you get yourself a different Disney resort, but you pack your own Disney blanket, I guarantee you your kids are still gonna be happy and they're gonna sleep well because they're comfortable, they have their babies, they have their loveys, and they have their pillow. All right, my last and final tip is the stroller. Now I know this sounds a little ridiculous. Who forgets a stroller? It's not necessarily forgetting the stroller when you're of stroller age. It's not thinking that your child who is slightly older could possibly need a stroller. I have a whole video specifically on strollers, so make sure you guys check that out. But it's more or less the parents who have kids that are in the 5, 6, 7+ zone who don't have strollers at home and they think, oh, it's okay, we can just wing it, we don't need a stroller. And then when you get there, those little legs and those little feet get tired. And then you're kind of shocked because your kiddo is cranky. Well, they're cranky because they're tired. If you had brought your stroller, that could be a different scenario. So make sure you check out that video. In addition to the whole bring your own stroller, don't forget to bring your stroller attachments. So if you have a situation where you're going in the dead of heat of summer, please don't forget to pack your stroller a fan to keep that kiddo kind of with, you know, cooled down. Don't forget any cup holders and things like that for your stroller to make life even more convenient for you. So that is my top 10 list. I think I got through them all, but I have a bonus. You ready for the bonus? My bonus tip, especially if you're going to a theme park, is to shop and pack for your own cheap souvenirs. I am suggesting you go ahead and go to the dollar store and you get your own bubbles. You get your own bubble wand. You get your own glow-in-the-dark bracelet, glow-in-the-dark wands, those extra things that kids love to play with, and they kind of see them at Disney, and of course they're like $25, $30 at Disney. If you would have just got them at the dollar store, you could have saved a few dollars, and then they could have gotten an even better souvenir that wasn't, you know, something you could get at home. Same thing with mouse ears. The mouse ears at Disney are great. They're adorable. I own a lot of them, but they're pricey. If you have a little kid who's not going to respect their mouse ears, getting them a cheap pair at the dollar store just might be a better idea. So think of those things. I love planning a trip, heading over to the dollar store and seeing what kind of like nooks and crannies, little things I can get for my kid for not only entertainment purposes, but kind of to replace those expensive items, which you will see in the park and the kids will want. I mean, what kid is like, oh, bubble wand, I don't want that. I mean, the majority of kids, that's what they see it, they want it. And of course the cast members use it all day and the bubbles are going and your kiddo's just sitting in the stroller going, ooh, bubbles. Save yourself the hassle. See if you can get one at home. Better yet, Shop Disney often has sales on those bubble wands. Get it at a reduced price now and pack it. So yes, I hope you guys found this video helpful. It was a lot of information and a lot of stuff, but they are all stuff that we personally have brought or do bring for our kids. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope you guys liked my new bow. I'm gonna put info about my bow down below in the description, but I got this one to kind of be celebratory for the new 50th anniversary over at Disney World. These are kind of the same colors Mickey and Minnie will be wearing, so I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Please subscribe to my channel. If it's red, click it and turn it gray. Hit the bell icon for notifications. Like this video and comment. I want to know what you pack for your kids that I might have forgotten. Or let me know what item like blew your mind perhaps. And you're like, Nina, I never thought to bring a nightlight. Why did I never bring nightlights all these years? So anyway, guys, mahalo for watching. Nina out.